This is Dean and Crazy Dave, of course, at Dave's shop again. We're, what are we doing here, Dave? We're messing with the 2013 Road King. This is our Debbie's Dialysis Fund bike that we're going to raffle off on the ship. And we only have 60 cabins set aside for this bike. It's $20 a ticket. Every 200 tickets we draw for a winner of a cabin, and those tickets, every ticket goes into a drawing for this bike. This is a free giveaway bike. This is a grand prize for that one dialysis fund. Only 60 cabins, and only the people on the ship can enter into giving away this bike. Now this bike is a 2013 Road King, like I said, but it's not going to be just ordinary stock Road King. We did leave the paint basically stock, which is really hard for us to do. But everything else is, my God, Dave went down to Daytona and picked up almost $10,000 worth of carry-on parts. We got 57, I believe, 57 parts for carry-on so far. They also want to see the bike at Panama City. They may add a few more things on it, but it's going to be an unbelievable piece. We got everything from exhaust to lights to you name it. Kuryakin has donated it for this bike, so it's going to be an awesome piece. And we have some other things we don't normally have on bikes. And Dave, we got a reverse gear. We actually got a reverse gear going on this bike from Eurowing. And we just think it's time that these bikes ought to have reverse on it because we're getting a little older and yeah, maybe not as strong in the legs as we used to be, and reverse would be a handy thing to have. So we're making this bike very, very practical. It's not going to be something that you're afraid to take out and get a little bit dirty or whatever. It's going to be a very practical bike.
We'll see you riding it. Yeah,
for a change. We usually build these bikes so daggone nice that nobody takes them out, and we're really kind of tired of doing that. We want to see them on the road once in a while. We also have medallion gauges. We're putting a speedometer on this, but I wish I could say it was just a speedometer because it is a whole lot more. I mean, there's a list a mile long I can tell you this thing will do. The speedometer's got a tach in it, gear indicator, rev limiter, low fuel light, auto dimming. It's got everything you can think of, and just plug and play. Just plugs right in. From our good guys.
Make my job easier.
Yeah, the medallion gauges, and they're on the ship. They've been on the ship about the last 3 years. They also, of course, have donated gauges for our baggage for the last few years. Great, great product. Matter of fact, I'm finally getting to set in my bagger this year, first time ever. Oh, and shocks. These right here. I'll let Dave tell you a little bit about these.
Y'all saw where I went to Daytona, and I got to meet with these guys and got to actually see them put their product on. And they put a set on my bike and let me demo them, and I will tell you straight up, it is the best thing I've ever done to that bike. Went from riding like a real harsh, wishy-washy type of motorcycle to almost like a sport bike. I found myself going into curves a little bit harder and not crunching up when I see bumps. But these guys go through and they set the shock for the rider. If you order a set, they'll ask you what you weigh, give or take. Whether you're riding two up, what you're doing, they set a tolerance and give you some fine-tuned adjustments. Great, great product. Good guys to deal with.
And it only took me like 3 years to get these guys on the ship. So I'm glad they're here. We're going to try to hold on to them for a while. And I actually got to set them for mine for once. I haven't got to ride it yet, so I'll let you know later how it turns out. Ultimate Seats is also going to be doing a custom seat for this bike too. Well, they already got it here, haven't they?
I already got the seat.
It's already here, so they'll be putting making a seat for this bike too. So, and we forgot to mention one very important thing.
Yeah, that was a high-dollar deal from Karaoke.
This fairing up here at the front is totally detachable and just plugs and unplugs. So you can have a fairing on one day and strip it down for the next day. And it's got a killer stereo system in it with iPod hookup and everything. It's got a glove box in the top here for your sunglasses and everything.
We've also got a windshield coming in from Winvest for it.
We do have a windshield coming from Winvest. So this is going to be an unbelievable piece when we get it all finished. I mean, and we're nicknaming this thing, or I'm going to name it the Street King, because it's a combination of a Road King and a Street Glide. So we're going to call it a Street King.
Yep, with the reverse gear and all the other stuff that we're putting on it and the ride, it's going to be one hell of a motorcycle.
And we're still really not through. We got more accessories coming in, but this is just the beginning. We'll add to this as the course of the year goes on, and then by October, who knows? This very well could be a $45,000 bike without a custom paint job.
It's going to be close now.
Yeah. So Debbie's Dialysis Fund, this is going to be one big lick. And some proud owner of this. We're also going to have Darren come up here, Darren Wetzel from Gasoline Alley. He's going to actually come up into Virginia and and paint a small logo on the front fender airbrush, which is what he does. He's probably the best, I think, in the whole world. We also have a custom piece right here. This is the new derby cover with the Debbie's Dialysis Fund logo on it. We have these on the website for sale now too, by the way. They're real limited edition, but we got a few of them. But that, of course, will be on this bike too.
That was from Cats.
Yeah, Cat LLC. They do derby cover design. That's all they do. Awesome, awesome piece. I wish the old boy from, we're going to try to get this guy from Reverse Gear on here next year. He had a little complication this year and couldn't make it, but we'll promote that to death. And
I'm in the process of putting that on now, and from what I can see, it's pretty involved, but it's a simple involved. Some of the things that you got to do are a little in depth, but for the most part, if you have some kind of mechanical knowledge, I believe you could probably do it yourself.
It's going to be really cool because you just pull up on this and go in reverse.
Yep,
You've got to be in neutral first, and
that's all it is to go from a drive gear to reverse gear.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you get in the wrong place, you need to back up. You need to have one of those critters on there. But anyway, stay tuned as this bike goes together. We'll update you every couple of weeks on it, and it'll be an awesome piece. And some lucky winner's going to get one killer bike. Stay tuned.